Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has a decision to make in love, but I feel like there's information that still needs to come out or be discussed. There could also be an offer or a love interest that has not yet uh, shooted their shot. So I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of a surprise in store in terms of love for a divine feminine. So let's call in spirit with a lot of wind chime time. How are we doing? Happy weekend. I hope we're having a wonderful time. Hello there, Miss Joanna. How are you? We're going to dive in with the Marigold Tarot. This just seems to have that like moon vibe that we have going on here. A little bit of, a surprise or hidden emotion, perhaps. Oops. Whee. So we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, the Sun card, the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. What? That's not where I thought we were gonna go with this one. All right, so there's gonna be some information that helps you to see somebody in a more accurate light, and I feel like the way you see them is defensive. So maybe somebody is too quick to argue or doesn't want to listen to your viewpoint, or acts immature. And it makes you feel like they're either insecure or jealous, not really in tune with their higher self. Because if you know my channel, if you know me, hello there, Tiana, you know that my belief is every action, every emotion, every decision comes from a place of love or a place of fear. That's it, just those two choices. Because fear is at the root of a lot of what's wrong with our world, right? So I feel like we have somebody here who's making choices or acting out of fear as opposed to confidence, happiness. Trying to think what else, like integrity. We have the Star, and the Eight of Cups. So there's a departure here. There's something that feels a bit difficult, to be honest. It feels kind of like here I am again dealing with this same sort of like almost like loneliness or, nope, that's not for me. That's not going to work out for me. That kind of thing. Only to realize that this healing that they're going through or this kind of like licking of their own wounds kind of vibe is very important because they're about to encounter something very much what they're looking for. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Page of Rings. So like what I saw in my head just now is like, thank you, Joanna. It's like somebody had to take a tour of all of their romantic mistakes. It's like, what is that? Like Scrooge having to go through all of those past memories to realize he's like a heartless motherfucker. Whoever you are, I feel like there's a dream or like literally in your life, you encounter energies and they remind you of your past. We're going to go with mistakes. People aren't mistakes, okay? But like the connections you knew didn't serve you that you tolerated for longer than you should have will be present in something you encounter. And it's like a succession, right? Like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. And then I moved on to that. And then I did that. Ooh. And then I cut my bangs. No, I'm just kidding. But we have a new cycle. It's like the universe wants to say, remember when you did this? And then you did this. And then you thought you could do that. Yeah, no, none of those worked. But you know what's cool? We have this new thing for you. We have this like new cycle, something that's different. Okay. So you don't have to keep going, like, the same thing isn't going to repeat. Finally. Like, let's celebrate, right? People who were unwilling to put forth the effort, people who were immature, people who fought over the same things or never wanted to grow. I'm telling you, this is like hauntings from your past, like exes. So you might have a spooky dream about them. You might actually see some of them. Maybe you have like a reunion you're going to. Maybe you're going home for the holidays. This, for some of you, this is like a preview of your night before Thanksgiving drinking activities. Like, what's up, X number 1? Oh, hey, X number 2. Hi, X number 3. Is that you, X number 4? Well, let's all have a beer, shall we? But it's all in service towards moving on and retiring that cycle in your life. We have the world. This is an indication that there's a new chapter. You're done learning that lesson. You don't have to do that same shit over and over again, right? However, just gonna put this out there. There may be a loss or a change in your life that you don't really like. So I'm trying to think of, all right, we're just going to be kind of like silly about it. You may find your dream person, okay? The partner that you have wanted to encounter all of your life, but you're a dog person and they're a cat person. And you're like, okay. All right, fine. We'll make it work. We'll get one of each, okay? There's something here where you don't get everything you want. It's everything you want, but it's not everything you want. For others of you, you may have to let go of, maybe you're still friends with an ex. And in order to have this relationship that's everything, you got to give up that other thing, right? There's something here about a cost, okay? Things cost money, you know, what can I say? Or like, you know, maturity and good decisions. This is the Egyptian tarot. All right. 2 swords in the reverse, 6 of swords. For some of you, things improve in your romantic life when you decide to actually make decisions. Maybe you let things go on longer than you should have instead of breaking things up. Maybe you let people treat you a way that you didn't like, but you didn't speak up. I think I just rhymed. I didn't plan on that, but that's cool. Things are going to start getting better for you because you actually make a decision. That's not actually my type. That's not somebody I want to spend time with. That's not going to work for me. I'm not going to just dive into a relationship because it's cuffing season. You may be looked at as a bit of a bitch. You may have people who feel you're unfair, who think that your expectations or your standards are too high. Fuck them. Sorry, I'm giggling because that reminded me of a video or a reel I saw on Instagram. I think it was like some dude on like a coastline. He's like, fuck everyone who never respected you. And then there's like a million edits, but like cut to a girl who's like, yep, I've been doing that. Like, look, if it's a decision between looking like a little bit of a, what's the right word? A person who doesn't have self-respect. Because I'm not looking to like judge people on their sexual activities, okay? But you may look like you get into relationships that are unhealthy more easily than you should, or you stay, like people may pity you in a way, or people may feel like they thought you would have dealt with these situations better. You can be that person, or you can be the Queen of Swords in the reverse, which I generally don't like the Queen of Swords in the reverse, but I feel like this is an unfair perception that people judge you harshly because they don't get what they want out of you, not because you're actually a bitch. Hey, I have boundaries. I know what I want. I'm not going to sacrifice on that or, lower my standards just to like treat you the way you want to be treated. That's not how this works, right? Dating is a battlefield, okay? I guess I should have said love is a battlefield. Such a good song. If you don't know who Pat Benatar is, get to Google. Come on, you can do it. Maybe even Spotify. I don't know. Four of Swords, Knight of Chalices in the reverse, and the Chariot. Take some time for you. We've got the holidays coming up. Maybe you're able to take a mental health day. Maybe you're able to spend a little bit of time away from the family or away from coworkers. You need a little bit of a breather, okay? I don't care if it's just allowing yourself to finally get your nails done. Take some time for you. Wipe all of the bullshit out for a second and just listen to some good music, okay? This is going to be really helpful for you because I do feel like there's something here that could put you in a bad mood. But if you get riled up about whatever this situation is, it prevents you from moving as quickly as you need to into that next chapter. So do what you can to keep your mood in a happy zone. Don't let people ruffle your feathers. If you need to step away from your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving so that you don't blow a gasket, do that. Go smoke a cigarette. Go have a shot at the bar. I don't know. If you need some space, you take some space, okay? This is me giving you permission. We don't always have to hug people because they want to hug. We don't always have to entertain conversation because we're in the same room as a person. Boundaries are important for whomever I'm reading for. Like, don't feel guilty about it. You can be nice about it, but like, them's the rules. If you don't like them, you can go elsewhere. Seven of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's somebody here who wants you to feel like they have a lot to offer, but they do not. So we have somebody who might be exaggerating their wealth, exaggerating their character. I feel like this would be somebody that tells you stories of things that they've done to get points with you, but they're actually like lies, or the things that they're trying to brag to you about are not things that actually impress you. I've definitely had situations where somebody's like, oh yeah, just so you know, I own 7 companies and I fly regularly to Bali because, I'm so rich. And their goal is to impress me. And I'm over here like, I think literally what I said back was, yeah, that's not the kind of shit that impresses me, actually. I'm such an asshole. It's not, though. Like, who are you as a person? Like, do you actually care about others? Do you get fulfillment out of your work? Like, cool, you have a fat bank account. Not what I'm looking for. There's this excellent song that I totally sang probably like 5 times all the way through yesterday. I had a bit of a road trip yesterday. That's why I wasn't here yesterday. I'm sorry. I totally missed you guys. It was a little spontaneous, but Ashniko, Working Bitch. Like, I might sing that song in karaoke next week. I might. Such a good song. No time for day. You can swing my attention. All right. Temperance. King of Wands and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So your keenly aware, or you have become more aware of what actually works for you. Like, if you were to have a tagline under your picture in the yearbook right now, it would be, I know what I like. That's what I like. That's not what I like. You know what I mean? I feel like you're very in control of yourself at this point in terms of knowing what works, knowing what you don't want to deal with, knowing what you don't want to uh, relearn, right? Hi there, Seth. How are you? Definitely missed you. Yeah, it's just if you're going to be false, you're going to have this like charade, you lose interest, right? If they're going to try to like put on airs, or if they're a little bit pompous, you just like interest lost, evaporated, gone. No, thank you. Not for me. Keep it moving, please. Oh, actually, you know what? Before more tarot, I would like some kipper. Oops, that's not where I want that. Ugh, okay. Yes, we definitely have a decision to be made here. And this decision, why do we have privileged lady in the reverse? Oh, okay. So for some of you, you encounter while you're approaching this love that is actually on your level, you encounter somebody who misjudges your character, feels like you are like a dime a dozen, or somebody that they could manipulate, somebody that they could probably, did I say hi, Peggy? Hi, Peggy. Somebody that they could probably like maneuver, right? And then they realize that you're actually quite the catch, but they've already gone too far down a particular approach with you and they lose it, right? This is somebody who's very strategic, but they think they're smarter than they actually are. So watch out for that. That could be this King of Wands. That could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, but he did come out with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So I do feel like we have somebody lying. We also have the Seven of Swords. To be honest, it kind of feels to me like you have a couple of people that are lying, that are trying to get your attention right now. And I think you're smart enough to realize who they are, or smart enough to distance yourself from them when you start picking up those whiffs of, is there a W word for dishonesty? Damn. Failed alliteration attempt. Oh, I like this. We have number 9 and then number 10. Change and journey. Now, this change card, you'll notice there's a car with a bunch of things packed into it in front of an apartment. This can often mean a change of address or moving to a different apartment. Doesn't always mean a house. Could mean like a temporary stay. But we have a journey. So you might have a change of scenery that really helps you in terms of figuring out which path is the right one for you, or which person is a better fit for you. This is the Romance Angels Oracle. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. There is somebody here that you do like. You just have to sort out, is it a healthy feeling, right? Am I falling for you because I want to fall, or because you are a good match for me, right? Maybe I just love falling in love. Overrated. It's worth it when it's somebody that has their shit together, right? And I feel like you have that option. You just have to make sure you choose the right one. It's like a game show, and I'm seeing like 3 doors. Like, what's behind door number 3? Bachelor number 3 enjoys long walks on the beach and Moscato with grapes. I don't think you really need grapes with Moscato, but like, you know. All right. Knight of Cups in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse, and the Lovers. You might get a little bit frustrated and make a decision too quickly. So basically, this looks like a warning to me that you might get frustrated with the dating scene or the love situation. Chuck Woolery. Yes, exactly. Although he was a little bit rude. We're all right. I mean, I'd still watch that show. The Love Connection is what we're talking about in case anybody's confused. There were some interesting questions they asked. But anyways, you might be moody. You might be a little bit frustrated with something else. And then you get communication from this person who's actually a good fit for you. And you might just like cut things off prematurely. Do me a favor. Don't send your soulmate packing because somebody smudged your Puma. Don't overreact because you've had a bad day. Okay. Think about things before you actually let somebody go. Because I feel like some of you overreact and you push away somebody that's actually a really good fit for you, really good match for you. And then it really kind of makes it questionable, because this is like sideways, whether or not you get that new beginning. If you push somebody away that you actually feel is a good fit for you, the time frame during which you can actually address this issue is not a long time frame. Okay. I feel like for many of you, this is like the number I'm seeing right now is 15 days approximately. You fuck something up, but you really feel like that's your person, you better say something. This isn't going to be like 2 months later, hey, I can't stop thinking about you, and I feel like I just like took my bad mood out on you, and then they're going to be like, oh, that's cool, because like I've totally been thinking about you for the last like 2 months too. No, that's not how it would play out, my friend. If you come back around after 3 months, this person's going to be like, no, because you didn't figure it out, right? We have the Magician in the reverse and the Four of Spheres. I got like a little bit concerned that was the Ace, but it's definitely not. You won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve, whoever this love interest is, if you hold back. You have to actually express your emotion, express your love. For some of you, this is you having to reach back out to the person you just like kind of assumed wasn't a good match. And then for others, this is like you being avoidant. You have to kind of like apologize and open back that communication with somebody. Page of Cups in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse. A big indicator for you as to whether or not somebody is a good match for you is how they handle difficult conversations or emotional situations. If you have somebody that overreacts or throws a little bit of a fit, speaks out in anger, maybe they just have anger issues, to be honest. That ain't the one. That would indicate they have some more healing to do. The burrito is not done. Maybe you don't watch my channel enough. I like to say somebody hasn't had enough healing. It's like when you take a burrito out of the microwave and you're like, this is going to be so tasty. And then you eat into the middle of it and it's still fucking cold and you're like, God damn it. Just needed a little bit more time in there. Rotating and hating. All right. The Hermit and the Seven of Wands, both in the reverse. You have somebody here who likes to come across as on top of their shit or aware of their emotions, but they do act out because they haven't really mastered how to handle those emotions. This is somebody who's too mature for you, flat out. So then we have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Leave the exes and the energies that remind you of them in the past. If this isn't your reading, that's okay. It's not for everyone. But for some of you, you've had enough of those same past energies. You know you need something different. When you find that something different, express your emotions. But this is a pretty clear warning. You want to separate out the ones that you already see as repetitive or not going to work, and not cut loose the ones that are actually a good fit for you just because you assume everyone's got a problem. Not everyone is difficult, okay, you guys? This is the miniature Rider-Waite. What else do we have for this reading? Ten of Swords in the reverse and the World. There's some sense of healing here that is coming to a close. So I do feel like whoever I'm reading for, you are ready for love, or you do have an open heart. You just might have moments where you need to kind of like stabilize yourself and not run away, right? We have the Six of Wands and Five of Cups in the reverse. There is somebody here worth it for you, okay? Somebody that is just like a winner in a lot of different ways. I didn't mean to use that, but Six of Wands makes that perfect. This is somebody that you can laugh with, you can cry with, you can do all of the fun things with, and it's not toxic. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Some of you need to get away from a water sign. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there is somebody that could potentially try to use money or a living situation to manipulate you into a relationship. Please be cautious about that. I don't feel like that would end well. And I feel like it would remind you of something or someone that you don't really want to deal with anyways. So listen to your intuition. You know what you don't want and what you do want. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed the reading. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading.